to show here how Moo takes a treat. Because he's so good for treats. Does that feel funny because I got a Band-Aid on my finger? Watch, he'll bite my fingers off now because I got a Band-Aid on it and it doesn't feel like skin. You dropped it. Uh-oh. You dropped your treat. I'll get it. Okay. See? Do you want it? Does that one taste different or something? Just a tiny little bit sticking out. What a good boy. Here's the thumb. It's like a treat. It's only his lips. He'll just kind of like pinch my finger with his lips and feel around for a treat. See, there isn't a treat in there. There's no treat in your fingers, he says. Oh my goodness. Came in and got his feet trimmed today. Nice and fancy feet. And he was tied up outside. Well, my farrier said he must have got stung or something because he was standing there all quiet. I went out to go check some of the other horses to see who else needed their feet trimmed. And he said he was standing there real quiet and all of a sudden he had started bucking and carrying on. And he said, I think he must have got stung because it wasn't like he was just acting up. He was like, he didn't want to, there's a mat out there on the ground and he didn't want to go on the mat when we came up here before and tied him up. And my farrier said, well, you went on the mat. I got a handful of treats here. I don't know what to do with. Here, now this one is real little, so you got to be really careful. See how little that treat is. Gotta be really careful when you take that one, buddy. There's another one. He works in his lips until he can feel that there's just a little ledge. Oh, I know. See, he was being careful because he didn't want to get my fingers. Where did it go? I don't see where it went. Did you get it? I thought it fell. I know. I don't know what you're blowing at out here. There was something that was chewing on you again? I don't know. Well, I don't know where that treat went, Mo. Oh, here it is. He got part of it. It's just a little piece now. Okay, here. That's a little piece, so you gotta be really careful with my fingers. Here. Good boy. He's like, why? He's getting suspicious. He says, why are we doing this? You're making a huge deal out of me eating a treat. Here. He's like, what? Why can't I just have my treats? Good boy. Good boy. Okay, here. Or you can just have him. Good boy, Momo. Good boy, Momo. I know. He's always watching stuff and blowing. He's a pretty good... Yeah, you can't follow me. You're tied up. You're tied up. He's a pretty good boy, though. He's not, like, jumpy, spooky about stuff. He just blows a lot. I don't know if that's, like, a thing because he's a dominant horse. He's always the herd leader, and it's, you know, to be able to warn other herd members that something is suspicious here. Because he does a lot of it. You're such a pretty boy, Momo. Yes, you are. He got his feet trimmed today, and so while he was in there, I figured I'll go ahead and brush him all up, get him nice and shiny clean, detangle all that tail, although it wasn't tangled, but it's a lot to brush because I can't even hardly get my hand around all of that tail, and that's not the tailbone. His tailbone ends right there, and this is below his tailbone. So that's a little thinner than right up here where it's the thickest. So I figured I'd do some brushing and grooming and stuff on him, and that way he had a nice time when we brought him in this time, and he'll be just a little easier to catch in the future. And they're hard to catch if you just bring them in and even just put a halter on them and lead them around for a minute and give them a treat, or don't give them a treat. Just do that and then let them go. They start to learn from that it's not a big deal to be caught. It's not always work or shots or dewormer or hoof trimming or whatever else. But while I was grooming him, I noticed that he's got this fungal stuff in his tail. Those little flakies there, they're kind of crusty, and it itches because when I scratch on it, his lip goes out, and he starts like he's grooming another horse, or his lip is going, and he'll start chewing like the little bite thing they do on each other. He'll start doing that. But anyway, I'm trying to I brushed a bunch of them out already, but I'm trying to find a spot there. Like those, they're like little hard, flaky, crusty things in his tail, and it's just probably some type of a fungal thing. He's had this happen before, and I just treated it with Shapley's mane tail groom. I think it is. It's MTG is what it says on the packaging, and it's a sulfur-based product. So it smells awful. Oh, I guess I don't totally mind the smell of it, but it has a very strong smell, and it's very, very oily. But it works so well for a variety of things like fungal, bacterial, whatever. It helps make their hair grow back faster. So like when Red and Casita came back and their manes were shaved off, because they had gotten into burrs or whatever. I use that on their manes, and it just helps grow their manes back in faster. He's got like a hair here I just jammed under my fingernail. It was super sharp. But anyway, why do you got super sharp little hairs in here, buddy? Weird. ever noticed that before on a horse? It must be new growth or something coming in, and they're like super pointy and sharp. But anyway, he's got just this dry, flaky stuff on here, and that even the hair here feels just kind of dried out and not as nice. So I'll just I don't have the product with me today, but I'm gonna come back tomorrow and I'll bring it and put it in work it in real good to his tail and stuff tomorrow. But because it's itchy, he's been rubbing a little bit, and you can see how thick his tail is. But he's got this growth here, all this growth that isn't even as long as the rest of his tail. And when this starts to get down past his tailbone, like those little pieces there, he's got quite a bit up here that is shorter. And when that actually grows out past his tailbone, his tail will be even thicker than it is now. He's just got that crazy, crazy hair gene. Don't you? And he's also got a dorsal stripe, which is kind of cool. He's registered as a black horse. He's technically black, I guess. But he does have a dorsal stripe, and in the summer months he lightens from the sun bleaching him. And in the winter months he gets a little darker, although he's got some brown points on him, like his ears. Let me turn this way. Here, put your ears forward so we can see them. His ears have got like this tannish colored hair in them, and that stays that way all year round. What are you thinking about here, huh? You ready to get out of here? All right. I'll let you go. I'll let you go. It's probably about time of day that you guys head out for the pasture anyway, isn't it? Say bye, Moo. Bye-bye, Moo.